Our commercial integrity is our most important legacy. Neither our successes, our failures, economic crises, nor the huge profits we've made have changed our commercial philosophy, and will never change it, whatever the objectives of our businesses may be. HFS Group is a conglomerate which is a well-managed, prosperous enterprise, incorporating strong brands in the mining, real estate, foundry, heavy construction equipment, and crankshaft production sectors. This successful venture, which began 30 years ago, selling coal from a truck, has used the strength of HFS to become one of the largest conglomerates in Konya, extending its capacity more and more and making successful investments. During this growth process, HFS serves society with its investments in healthcare, proving its capacity and strength in the construction industry with Sari Vadi Konakları, constructed on its own land in TÜRKÇE, Istanbul. HFS offers people the opportunity to own real estate safely via a franchising system. In 2008, HFS bought all the shares in Motus Otomotiv, one of the strongest names in the automotive industry, and maintained its consistent process of growth by acquiring this strong brand. The most widely known brands of the HFS Group in the national and international arena are Motus Crankshafts and SCF. Motus has become one of the best-known companies in its sector through the SCF brand, producing locomotive and railway carriage parts, and graders, protectors, and cogs for heavy construction machines. As an integrated organization producing molds, foundry, and heat treatment, Motus is one of the 3 biggest heavy construction equipment factories in Turkey, producing 25% of the graders and cogs for heavy construction machines manufactured in Turkey. Motus produces more than 500 types of cog and protective tip, designed in its model shop under the control of metallurgy and mechanical engineers. The SCF branded goods, which have passed the stringent tests in the quality control laboratories, can also be produced on special request as regards resistance to high temperature, wear and tear, and braking. One of Motus's areas of expertise is crankshafts. Motus crankshafts have gained an important reputation in their sector thanks to their durability and reliability. The crankshaft is a key part in an engine. Motus produces this vital part for many brands and models of vehicle and has proved its potential and quality by exporting to 56 countries on 5 continents. In 2011, Motus broke new ground by producing crankshafts for the Turkish Armed Forces A5 model tanks and was granted a supplier certificate by NATO. As proof of its manufacturing quality standards, Motus also holds the TSEN ISO 9001-2008 quality certificate. Behind this success lays experience integrated with first-rate quality control management. Motus controls all the stages of crankshaft production, as it has its own foundry production institution. This integrated control principle is Motus's distinguishing characteristic. After the crankshaft is cast in the foundry and the burrs have been taken off, the product is subjected to a magnetic particle test. Before the crankshafts arrive at the Motus crankshaft factory from the Motus foundry, they're quality controlled by the expert staff to determine whether there are any defects, such as cavities or pores. If no problems are found, the numeration process is carried out. In addition to the charge and melting pot numbers that are assigned in the foundry, a serial number is stamped onto each crankshaft. The serial numbers allow elements to be traced, such as which processes it has been subjected to. and when, on which bench and by which operator it has been processed. This is an indicator of the perfect concern for quality and advanced control mechanisms at Motus. The machining of the crankshaft starts on the CNC turn benches with the turning of the main bearing trunnions, carried out in accordance with the technical drawings. Then the crank bearing trunnions are turned. Afterwards, the sharp corners and burrs are removed from the surface of the product. As the pulley and hand wheel fixing screws are opened in one single operation in the CNC horizontal machining center, axial defects are prevented. The vertical lubrication holes, cotter canal, pinhole, weight fixation holes and surfaces are produced in one operation by taking the pulley and hand wheel fixation screws, which were made in the preceding operation, as reference. Milling the angled lubricating holes and crank and bearing grinding on the grinding machine follows. The CNC turn benches are used to machine the pulley and hand wheel to their final sizes. Next, the balancing process is performed in a computer-controlled system. Finally, the polishing process is carried out where the main bearing grinding and surface roughness values are determined. All these processes are logged in a report. When machining is completed, products are subjected to 3-stage quality testing and the results are included in the reports. Size measurement, hardness test, magnetic particle testing. The products which have passed the quality control are washed using a cleaning solution in the compressed washing machine, coated with protective oil, wrapped with greaseproof paper and placed in the box. The Motus guaranteed crankshaft is now ready for the customer. For Motus, quality is a process which comes to fruition at the end of meticulous work. Customer satisfaction is no coincidence for Motus, but the outcome of a planned process which is under the control of the management, technical personnel, marketing department and warehousing staff. The Motus crankshaft from the HFS Group keeps on growing as a brand, inspiring confidence in its customers and expert staff. Motus Company, Konya, Turkey. www.motuscrankshaft.com +90 332 345 4945